Hi there, Working Homeschool Mom. This is Charlotte Jones from My Little Homeschool and Charlotte Jones 24/7. And this is episode number 53 of the Strike a Balance podcast for Working Homeschool Moms. And today I'm going to be talking about finding a realistic cleaning schedule as a working homeschool mom. If you're looking for tips for having a Pinterest perfect, pristine house, then this episode is not going to be for you. But if you need some strategies for finding a realistic cleaning schedule that you can maintain, that is manageable, that is sustainable, then this is definitely the episode for you. But before we get into the episode, I would just kindly ask you to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. When you rate, review, and subscribe, it means that more people can see the podcast, and it means that I can support more working homeschool moms. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome to the Strike a Balance podcast for working homeschool moms. This is Charlotte Jones. I'm a homeschool coach and homeschooling mom of twin boys. I know it can feel really overwhelming to keep all the balls in the air all the time. So each week I chat about tips and strategies for being a happy and thriving working homeschool mom that you can implement in your life too. I also speak to awesome and inspiring women who manage to juggle homeschooling and work successfully and find out what their secrets are. Be sure to check out my time audit and mindset challenge in the show notes and sign up to my newsletter for lots of cool freebies. And if you ever need to chat, please book in a session with me. I'm so excited for you to be here and I hope you'll get so much value out of this episode. So let's get started. Are you looking for a new math curriculum? Well, I'm thrilled to introduce our favorite math curriculum to you. CTCMath specializes in providing online video tutorials that take a multi-sensory approach to learning. Favorably reviewed in Cathy Duffy's 102 Top Picks and the old Schoolhouse crew review, the lessons are short and concise to help your children break down concepts and appreciate math in a whole new way. The lessons are taught the traditional way and not to a test. Each one of the video tutorials is taught by an internationally acclaimed teacher, Pat Murray, who is renowned for teaching math concepts in a simple, easy-to-understand way and in only a few minutes at a time. Using a multi-sensory approach means having the combination of effective graphics and animation synchronized with the voice of a friendly teacher together with a practical assessment. This three-pronged attack makes learning so much easier and more effective. Even students who struggled with math are getting fantastic results, and ones who were doing okay before are now doing brilliantly. Visit ctcmath.com today to start your free trial. CTC Maths is generously offering my listeners an amazing special. Go to www.ctcmath.com/MLH to get a half-price discount plus a bonus 6 months for free. That's ctcmath.com/MLH. Finding a realistic cleaning schedule is a must for us busy working homeschool moms. I know that for myself, I often have so much on my plate that cleaning can take a back seat, but obviously it is still important. So that is why I've worked hard to find a cleaning schedule that I can manage. So in this episode, I'm going to share some ways to find a cleaning schedule that works for you, and also some advice for accepting when you just can't find the motivation or the energy to do any chores. The first tip I have is that cleaning the house is and should be a team effort. I used to be somebody who would do all the cleaning by myself. I felt like only I could do it right, so it saved time just getting on with it. So if you have any perfectionist tendencies, I'm sure that you can relate to this feeling. But it wasn't sustainable to have all the responsibility for keeping the house clean while also working, homeschooling, keeping fit, having a relationship, having some downtime, all the things that I had to do every day. It was just too much. But now it's becoming more of a team effort. My husband does most of the cooking and we both clean the kitchen at night. But obviously it's easier to get his cooperation and we help each other as needed. When he's very busy at work, I'll do more and vice versa. The kids, on the other hand, have taken some finessing and do take some finessing as well, even now. Is it easy to get them involved? Nope. Am I letting them off the hook? Double nope. We all live in our house, so we all need to contribute, and they also need to learn how to clean. So eventually, when they're independent, that they will be able to live in a clean house. Because we all know how important it is for mental health as well. I mean, I know I feel so relieved when the house is clean. So here are some things that can help kids who are not thrilled about chores. So these are some of the things that have helped us. So the first thing I do is I incentivize them. On Wednesdays, for example, we make ice cream, but the lounge has to be cleaned first. And you can kind of keep reminding them, obviously, once this is done, then we can do whatever they want to do. And the longer you take, the less time you have for doing that particular thing. That seems to work for my kids. They know what is expected of them. So I will let them know beforehand what needs to be done. This is something I do anyway because of their neurodiversity, to tell them this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, this is what I expect of you, does make it a lot easier for them to manage. We also do it as a team. So I help them and they help me. And it definitely makes the work go faster this way rather than them lounging around while I'm doing a lot of cleaning, which can make me resentful sometimes, to be honest. And also, when you do cleaning regularly, it also means that you need to do less every time you clean because the things don't pile up. And I keep calm when they grump and grouch, which can sometimes be hard because they can be very resistant. But this is something that I cannot not let them do. So I just try and keep calm and just remind them of the incentive that they're going to get at the end of the cleaning. So a realistic cleaning schedule has to be realistic. And I think that's such an important thing to take into account. Unless you have oodles of time, which I guess isn't the case if you're a working homeschool mom, you're going to have to scale back. So how can you manage in a day? So let's say if you just have 20 minutes, then it's just 20 minutes. It's a good idea to take my time audit, which I'll leave in the show notes, because you'll have a better idea of where your time goes and how much time you do have available, and also how long it takes to do things as well. So I have a pretty good idea how long it takes to clean each room in the house, and that means that I'm able to slot those rooms into days where I have more time. So let's say you just have 20 minutes. I think it's really important to make those 20 minutes count. So have a game plan for what you're going to do with each day. There are lots of ways that you can do this. Having a schedule of the things you need to do, this reduces the mental load of thinking what to clean, and it means that everything gets done eventually. So that should include all those kind of tasks that are maybe not so commonly done, like wiping down lampshades and things like that. If you don't have lots of time, do smaller amounts. But I think the important thing is to be consistent. So 10 minutes a day is definitely better than nothing. And you can get quite a bit done in 10 minutes if you really focus. It's a good idea to do the heavy cleaning when you have more energy. On my heavy work days, I do rooms that are quick and easy. And I do the tough jobs like deep cleaning our bathroom over weekends when I feel less rushed and have more energy. Tidying daily is also a great way to help with cleaning. If you pack a few things away every night, you'll have less to do in the morning. It also prevents the cleaning overwhelm you feel when you look at a room that is totally under things and clothes and stuff like that. It just makes the cleaning so much easier. You can get right into the cleaning without having to worry about tidying or packing things away first. Decluttering your home is also a really, really good idea, and it helps loads with cleaning because a stripped down and simplified home and life, for that matter, really helps to make cleaning so much easier. Less stuff just means less stuff to clean. The next thing to do to find that realistic cleaning schedule is to accept your limitations. I'm a recovering perfectionist. So finding a realistic cleaning schedule has just been one of the ways I'm trying to manage my life in a more sustainable way. Things like working out and homeschooling in a way that I can keep up are also things that I've done to overcome this perfectionism. Because often perfectionism can actually mean that you don't end up doing something just because you want it to be absolutely perfect. Acceptance is a huge part of overcoming the need for perfection, and cleaning can definitely also benefit from this kind of mindset. If you accept that your house isn't going to be Pinterest perfect all the time, it takes off so much pressure. When it's being used as a place to homeschool as well as everything else, it's unlikely that it will stay clean. So you're just going to be making yourself upset or angry if you clean everything, everything is perfect, and then 2 minutes later it's messy again, which can very often be the case when you homeschool because obviously your rooms are used for many different purposes at the same time. Something else that can also help is to allow kids to clean without micromanaging them. It's very tempting to say, okay, let me rather do it. I'll do it better, or you're not doing it right. But they'll get better at it eventually, and they need the time to learn and to make mistakes. Giving them ownership of something is the best way to do that. And also you need to accept that it's not going to be perfect. And then also you need to be accepting of how much you can actually manage. Don't compare what you can do with what others can do. Some people love cleaning. Some people are only homeschoolers. Some people have others to help them or have really tidy occupants. They're very lucky. That's definitely not the case with my house. Besides, we're actually never sure what's actually going on off camera or behind closed doors. So don't let other people make you feel bad about what your home looks like or how much you can manage. And in the same way, don't let people make you feel bad about your house, especially if they're not a working homeschool mom, because they probably don't understand. So ask them to help rather than comment. If you've got friends or if you've got family members who make comments about what your house looks like, it's a good way to get them to be quiet, to be honest. The next tip is about batching or not batching. And I am in team don't batch for cleaning. I'm a huge fan of batching in general. And I used to do all my cleaning on one day, but I didn't like the fact that it took the whole day. And then the house was messy literally 5 minutes afterwards. It made me so resentful. I would shout at everybody. Everybody felt on edge. And it just wasn't good for the harmony of the family. So now I actually prefer to break cleaning down into smaller, more manageable chunks because this is how I manage with big jobs. Big jobs are much easier if you can break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. And cleaning is definitely a big job, definitely in my house. And there are lots of ways that you can do this. You could set aside an amount of time every day that you can actually manage. Like I said, rather do less, but be consistent. So if it's literally 10 minutes, just make sure that you're doing 10 minutes consistently every day. And once it becomes easier, you will find that you will be able to increase that time. Using a timer to do bursts of cleaning throughout the day is also a fantastic way to actually get quite a lot done. It's a great way to speed clean and to get things done quickly without overthinking them. So you just set the timer and you say, I'm literally going to speed clean this room as fast as I can, and there's no time to think. Something else that I think is really important is to try and do one deep cleaning task a day. So this could include wiping lampshades or cleaning cupboards. If you have your list of what needs to be done, you can work your way through them because otherwise it's very easy for them to fall by the wayside. So I think you really need to be quite organized in terms of what has to be done in cleaning. That can be a good starting point when finding that schedule. And do laundry every single day, no exceptions. If you have no laundry to do, which is probably very rarely the case, it's a great opportunity to wash blankets or to wash curtains, cushion covers, pet beds, any of the other things that tend to be neglected. So my final thoughts on finding a realistic cleaning schedule. It's definitely going to take trial and error, and there are bound to be teething problems at the beginning, especially if you're just starting being a working homeschool mom, but that's okay. Change is never easy. In order to make the process easier, try and keep these things in mind. Your home doesn't have to be perfect. Your kids are going to love you. You are still a good person. You are enough, even if your house isn't pristine. And it's okay to take time to get in the swing of cleaning. Change takes time. Change is hard, but with those small manageable steps, you'll get there. And it's also fine if you're good sometimes and not at others. We all have different seasons we go through. Obviously, now the festive period can be a very busy time when maybe cleaning is not your priority, but it's okay. There are other times when you're going to have more energy to do it. And self-acceptance is definitely the biggest gift you can give yourself. Accept who you are as a mom, because that is just going to make your relationships and your life so much easier. Coaching is a great way to make a change like this. So please book in a session if you feel overwhelmed and unmotivated. I'm here to support you by giving you a new perspective and maybe some ideas to move forward. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Drop me a DM on Instagram or post on the Working Homeschool Moms support group over on Facebook. And let me know what resonated the most with you. It would also be great if you could rate, review, and subscribe, or share the podcast with a working homeschool mom who might need it. It's my mission to support as many working homeschool moms as possible. Until next time, take care. Hi there.